In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to file a complaint with the CFPB in 2024. Let's begin. Alrighty, so the first thing that I want to address when it comes to CFPB complaints, some people use this as a complementary method of getting negative items removed from their credit report, and other people use it as a primary method. So what I mean by that is there are some individuals that use the CFPB complaints as like their end all be all. I personally am not a proponent of that. If this is your first time doing a CFPB complaint, I would suggest using it with dispute letters that you're already hand mailing out to the credit reporting agencies to improve your effectiveness of getting items removed. But ultimately, there is no one size fits all when it comes to the dispute process. Do whatever works for you. Just wanted to share my 2 cents on that. With that being said, let's get into the nooks and crannies of it all. So step number 1 is going to be to head over to the CFPB website, which is consumerfinance.gov. Now, once you get to this website, you're going to scroll down into the website. Sorry, I'm bugging out. You're going to go to the top of the website, and in the upper right hand corner, you're going to see a blue button that says come submit a complaint. Then from there, you're going to click this button and it's going to transport you to this page. And then once you get to this page, that looks a little something like this, you're going to scroll down to the section that says ready to begin. And then in that ready to begin section, you're going to see a blue button that says start a new complaint. From there, you're going to click there and it's going to bring you to this page here. Now, if you already have an account with the CFPB, you're going to click where it says already submitted a complaint or created your account so that you can log in. But if this is your first time doing a CFPB complaint, then what you're going to be doing on your end is first name, last name, email, phone, password so that you can sign up, because without an account, CFPB is not going to allow you to file complaints, because that is where you're going to have access to a portal to be able to track your complaints and see if they've been responded back to from the credit reporting agencies. So for the sake of this video, I've already taken time to create a account to save us some time. So I'm going to click here and go here and click already submitted a complaint to your account. It's going to bring me to this page. It's my dummy email that I'm going to be using for the sake of this video. So essentially, once again, after you guys would have created yours, you would come to this page here, log in. And then once you are logged in, now you are ready to go ahead and start filing complaints. Alrighty, so now once the page is loaded, we're going to have to go through 5 steps that are going to need to be completed before we can file a complaint. So in the first step, when they ask you, what is this complaint about? They're going to give you several options that best match what you're looking to do. Now, if you're using a CFPB complaint in regards to trying to get a negative item deleted from your credit report, you're going to come to the third option on the left here that says credit reporting or other personal consumer reports and click that. Once you click that option, you're going to scroll down and it's going to give you a second option to choose, which is going to say what type of credit reporting product, and you are going to select credit reporting, okay? And that's essentially going to complete step 1. Then you click next, and it'll bring you to step number 2. And in step number 2, the next question that the CFPB is going to ask is, what type of problem are you having? So they're going to ask you, is it credit monitoring or identity theft? Are you having a problem with fraud alerts? Improper use of your credit report, unable to get your credit report, or incorrect information on your credit report. Now, once again, if you're using this for the sake of disputing, at this current moment in time, you can choose an option that works best with whatever your situation is. However, if you're not necessarily sure which one to choose, your best bet is going to be to select incorrect information on your credit report. Why? Because once again, you're more than likely using CFPB complaints to dispute on information on your account that is incorrect or not yours. And this is the best option for you to choose when it comes to that. So once you select that option, similar to what they did in step 1, they're going to give you a secondary question to answer, which is which best describes your problem. Information belongs to someone else. So if you're dealing with identity theft, if you have personal information, right, PI, like a wrong date of birth or address on your credit report that you want to challenge, a public record. So if you're dealing with a bankruptcy, a loan balance or payment amount that's incorrect, account status that's showing incorrect. There are a lot of different options to choose here. So once again, there is not a one size fits all that comes with the filing of a complaint for a CFPB complaint. You are ultimately going to select the option that makes the most sense for you. However, for individuals who are doing this for the first time and are trying to navigate going through a CFPB complaint, if you're not sure which one to pick, and especially if this is your first round of disputes that you're using this on, you can go ahead and select account status incorrect, right? Account status incorrect, because more than likely this falls perfectly in alignment with the negative items that are currently hurting your report. So it's showing an account that's open or closed, or showing an account that's delinquent when it's not, right? But once again, not a one size fits all. This is just, if you're not necessarily sure where you should go, this is more than likely going to be the best option for you to select when it comes to challenging negative items on your credit report. And then from there, it's going to ask you, have you already tried fixing this problem with the company? Now, if you select that you have tried fixing the problem with the company, you would normally select yes if you're filing a CFPB complaint on round 2, 3, 4, 5, or beyond. And if you are filing a complaint on rounds 2, 3, 4, 5, and beyond, and you click yes, then they're going to ask you, did you request information from the company? At that moment in time, you would let the CFPB know if you did, meaning that in your previous dispute letters or in your previous complaints, if this isn't your first complaint, did you request information to back up whatever information that whatever it is that you were disputing? If you did, you would select yes here again. And then from there, they would ask for information on details on what did you request and did the company provide the info or not, to which you would plug in your answer. So obviously the credit reporting agencies love to stall. So if they didn't, in your case, you would select no, and then you would move forward. However, if you haven't tried fixing the problem with the company already, and this is your first time filing a complaint, then you could just select no, and then from there, you'll be able to move forward. So it's all dependent on your situation. But for the sake of this video, we're going to say, no, we did not try fixing with the problem with the company already. And let's say this is our first round of filing complaints along with disputes to get negative items removed. So then from there, we're going to click next. And it's going to bring us to step number 3, which is what happened. So in the what happened section, this is where you're going to have an open-ended opportunity to be able to provide the CFPB information on what exactly is going on when it comes to your credit reporting. Now, when it comes to what I typically do whenever I'm filing CFPB complaints, usually what I'll do, and I have an example letter here, I'll take whatever dispute letter, because once again, when I file the CFPB complaints, I never file them individually. I always file them supplementary to a letter that I've hand mailed out. Now, what I'll normally do is because I am doing that, I'll just take the body of the letter. So you guys are seeing the letter on screen right now, right? Where I'm identifying like, hey, what law I believe the credit reporting agencies are violating, right? Copy that. And then I'll come back here and then I'll paste it in here. And then from there, I'll only include the names of the accounts, not the account numbers, the names. And the reason why I'm not including account numbers is because here in the right above the box, the CFPB directly tells you like, hey, don't include per PI, like name, account number, address, SSNs, et cetera, et cetera. So I'll only include the body of what it is that I'm complaining on. And then for the accounts that I'm complaining against, I'll simply just include the account name, but not the account number. So let's say in this example letter, I have a Macy's credit card that I'm challenging. I'll just go ahead and put that under here. And then that's it, right? I put all of that in here. And then from there, after I put that, so once again, if you're using a CFPB complaint as a complementary method to whatever dispute letter it is that you are sending out, you could just take the body of whatever the letter is and then put it in the what happened section. And then whatever, for me personally, whatever I put in the what happened section, I always copy. And because I do it this way, I just copy and paste it to the next section, which is going to ask you what would be a fair resolution to this issue. Because normally within the body of what I put in the what happened section, it covers everything. So it covers what law they're violating, what account what account I want to have removed or updated. And I'm also telling them based off of this, what resolution I want anyways. So I really give them everything in the what happened section to where I can just copy this from the what happened and then just paste it in the fair resolution section. And I'm cooking, right? And then from there, after you put that, you're going to scroll down to the attached document section. And once again, just to scroll back up here and quickly touch on this, and I can't say this enough. There's no one size fits all, right? So this is how I approach it. And this is me just giving a framework for someone who's never done a CFPB complaint before. But in your case, you don't have to do it this way. You can experiment with doing this way if you've done them before and haven't had success. But, you know, for some people, they manually type out a whole essay on what's going on, like just word for word, as if they're talking to somebody face to face about the situation. For other individuals, they don't put all that much here, right? But for me, this is what's been most effective. So this is what I do. Take it if you guys would like. And then from there in the attached document section, which is optional, normally what I do here is I would just take a PDF version of my letter. So I'll just go ahead and download my letter. It could be a PDF or Word doc. I do PDF just because it doesn't really matter all that much. But then I'll get that and then I'll upload it as its own individual letter here. So round one example, have that uploaded, and then I'm good, right? And then I'm good. And then from there, I have my what happened section, my fair resolution section taken care of. Now I can go ahead and click next. Cool. Now the next step is going to be step number 4, right? Which is they're going to be asking me, what company is this complaint about? So if you guys are filing this complaint on behalf of a negative item that's on all 3 of your reports with Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, what you're going to do is here is in the company name section, you're going to search for each of them. So I'm filing a complaint against, I could put Experian. No, I can't spell. YouTube, don't judge me. Experian, right? I'm going to plug in Experian here. And then from there, once I plug in Experian, then they're going to ask me, hey, we need this information to help the company find you in their system. So they're going to ask you, this is where they start to ask you for your PI, your personal information. So I'll plug it in. So for the sake of this video, 11111, right? Obviously, that's not my actual social. 1/1/1991. Name as appears on a credit report, testing, right? Now, if, like I said before, if you're filing a complaint with all 3 of the credit reporting agencies where they ask you, do you want to complain about another company? You would select yes. If you aren't, and you're only filing a complaint with one credit reporting agency, then you would just put that one that you're filing. But let's say in my case, let's say I have 2 credit reporting agencies I'm filing complaints against. I would just click yes. So I would come here where it says, do you want to complain about another company? I would click yes. Then I would come to the company name, and let's say the other one is TransUnion, right? They're going to give me several options here. I could select either or, same company. I'll select the one that's in bold. Have you tried to fix the problem with the company already? No, this is my first round of disputes, right? If this isn't your first round of disputes, you would click yes if you try to fix it with them before. But in my case, in the case of this video, I'm acting as if this is my first time, so I'll go ahead and click no, or that I need to provide this information, I'll go ahead and provide it. So same exact thing, 1/1/1991, name is appears on credit report, testing. Do I want to complain about another company? And then from there, if Equifax was also a part of the companies you want to complain against, you would click yes. But for the sake of time, you guys get the drift by now. So I'm going to click no. It's only those 2 companies, right? Now, the next and final step after I've done that, get this out of here. They're going to ask you who you're submitting your complaint for. Am I submitting a complaint for myself, or am I submitting the complaint for someone else? Obviously, I'm going to say I'm submitting the complaint for myself, and you guys want to make sure that you are submitting the complaint for yourself. Reason being is because if you have someone else submit the complaint for you, the CFPB is going to give you a hard time about that. The credit reporting agencies are going to give you a hard time about that. Immediately, they're going to send you a stall letter back saying like, hey, we can't even look into this because you have somebody else speaking on your behalf. You need to send a notarized letter that this person is authorized to speak on your behalf. Otherwise, it's a whole thing. So make sure that you're actually sending the CFPB complaints on your own behalf and you don't have someone else doing it for you. And then from there, when you get to step 5 and you're pretty much almost at the finish line, they just want the address information. So you're going to put in your address. So 123 Main Street. Let's do New York. New York. Let's do 11104. I don't even know if that's the actual zip code here, but we got to find out. English. How do you describe yourself? I don't have to give my age. They're going to ask you for your demographic information. So all of this is optional. If you want to put it, you can. I'm not going to do it for the sake of this video. Nor am I going to put my race. I'm not going to put household income. None of those things I'm going to put. Right. So I'm only going to put the PI, personal information, that's higher up in the form. Then from there, once I go ahead and put that in, you're going to take some time to, once you guys take some time to put that in, you're going to go ahead and review your complaint here. And you're going to check everything you put in step 1, step 2, and just make sure everything that you put is up to par with what you want to be present in this complaint. Right? Got our attachment. We got everything that we put in the what happened section, the what be fair resolutions is issue, who's the company about. We're going against Experian and TransUnion, who's involved. And then they're going to ask you to click off here. I authorize and direct consumer reporting agency, identified in my complaint to share determinations of and actions taken by the company for the purpose of responding to my complaint, and the CFPB to share this information with certain government agencies. The information given is true and best of my knowledge and belief. I understand the CFPB can act as my lawyer, a court of law, or a financial advisor. Boom. Submit your complaint. You're waiting. It usually takes a little bit of time. And then from there, once the complaint is submitted, they're going to bring you over to another page that shows like there you go, processing over here. Now, what you guys want to make sure that you do when you're filing these complaints, you want to make sure that you stay on the page until it shows that both of them are processed. Reason why is because sometimes one will process and then either all the other 2, if you're filing complaints against all 3 credit reporting agencies, or 1 out of the 2 is still going to show that it's processing. And luckily for this video, it actually went through, but sometimes it won't. So you have to like go back and then come forward and refresh it so that it'll go through, and then you're good to go. And then from there, once you file that complaint, guys, now moving forward, 2 things are going to happen. 1, you're going to be able to track that complaint inside of your CFPB portal. And 2, you're going to get an email from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau that's going to let you confirm like, hey, we filed your complaint. We're going to keep you updated and let you know everything that's going on. And that's pretty much it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you don't want to have to do boring stuff like this to get negative items removed from your credit report, and you want my company, Takeoff Financial, to do it, head over to our website at takeoffinancial.com to book a free consultation to speak with me and my team so that we can take care of you and take boring things like this off your hands so that you do not have to do it for yourself or by yourself. But that's all, family. Like and subscribe for more. Peace.